We can keep it kind of on topic with college because there's something that college students love. It's Kanye. I don't know why. I personally don't care for Kanye. There's some songs I like. A lot of them, no. I only really like, the Graduation album. That's about it. You know, I like Good Morning. Yeah, he's not my thing. He's not a figure I keep up with. I don't care about the Kardashians. The only thing I really know about the Kardashians is that Travis Barker and Travis Scott are there, and I think that's just kind of interesting. But other than that, I don't care. I don't follow celebrity drama. Kanye was never really an interesting person to me. Not even when I, was like listening to rap. It's just not. It's just not my thing. But yeah, he's gone off the deep end. Like, it's getting worse. It's getting so much worse. How bad though? Well, Kanye's Instagram account restricted, tweet removed following allegations of anti-Semitism. That's about how bad it is. So yeah, if you don't know, Kanye basically tweeted out, "I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people." The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. So yeah, he just went. He just went. I don't know what to say, but it is the schizo ramblings of an anti-Semite, or also just normal schizo ramblings, I guess. But yeah, it's like, what the fuck? He's also like going at it with like Puff Daddy or something. So yeah, I doubt he barely understands what he's saying. Oh, there's no way. Like, it makes sense in his head, but like to the average person, it doesn't. Schizophrenic rants. Because I go in like a lot of these like paranoid alt-right spaces, and they're drawing like conspiracy theories, gangs talking, like it makes sense to them and I can see their logic, but like that's not how it's working, and it's just going really weird. Like, it's like looking at like a board on Battleship, right? It's like looking at that and then trying to connect the dots. Like, you can do it, but like they're not supposed to be, and there is nothing to do with each other, you know? But yeah, he got kicked off Twitter for that shit, and he went on Tucker Carlson, our favorite talk show on this channel. What did he say? Well, he's mainly talking about the White Lives Matter shirt he wore at the Paris Fashion Week with Candace Owens, and why he wore it. So, I don't know. Let's just go through it. Let's watch good old Tucker Carlson.
And welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight. Kanye West, now known as Ye, is one of the best-selling musical
Always known
artists
as Ye.
in the world. He's also in recent years become a celebrated and very highly paid fashion designer. And of course, for a decade, he was well known to TV audiences as an in-law of the Kardashian family. But it's West's latest incarnation as a kind of Christian evangelist.
It's not latest. He's been a Christian for a while, but the evangelism, that's new. Also, I don't want to say like he's probably celebrated as a fashion curator, but his fashion fucking sucks. He literally at one point just sold a T-shirt, like a white T-shirt, no branding, no special tags, nothing, just a white T-shirt for like hundreds of dollars. It was the dumbest thing in the world. So get brilliant in the fashion world, I guess, but like stupid for the average person.
That brought us to his office in Los Angeles today for the interview you're about to see. Days ago, during Fashion Week,
and there it
West,
is,
accompanied by his friend Candace Owens, unveiled a T-shirt that read simply "White Lives Matter." The response from the fashion industry and international media was instantaneous and uniform: shock, horror, rage. "There is no excuse for this," thundered the New York Times. "West is legitimizing extremism," shrieked Rolling Stone, etc., etc. What was strikingly missing from the coverage, however, was any explanation for why West did this. What was the T-shirt about? No one seemed to think to ask him, much less to listen to what he had to say. Instead, the enemies of his ideas dismissed West, as they have for years, as mentally ill.
I mean, he is just openly mentally ill. He's bipolar. That's that seems to be a fairly good explanation. There is a lot of things that happen. I mean, he like ran away from home on an ATV, four wheeler. Like, why would he do that? Dude is just he's a little insane, It's his superpower, as he says. Yeah, dude. I mean, I kind of relate. Mental illness is my superpower. It's what makes me funny. I'm funny because of trauma.
Too crazy to take seriously. Look away. Ignore him. He's a mental patient. There's nothing to see here. But is West crazy?
I mean,
you can judge
yes.
for yourself as you watch what we're about to show
Just,
you.
yes, he is.
He has his own ideas. We can say that. Creative people tend to. That's why they're artists, not actuaries. His free-form social media posts give the impression of a man channeling his rawest emotions right onto Instagram. The effect can be jarring and is often used as ammunition against him in the battle for influence over the minds of America's young people. And that battle is intense. But crazy? That was not our conclusion.
I mean, yeah, it kind of is. If you're putting like your heart and soul into like a Twitter post or Instagram post, that's just weird, especially when there's no context behind it. You just put it out there one day and it's like, all right, that's it. Like, why would you do that?
In fact, we've rarely heard a man speak so honestly and so movingly about what he believes. But again,
dude, okay, this doesn't like stop him from being ill or crazy. You can speak honestly. You can really fully believe that your delusions are real. That's a thing. And there's real emotional pull behind it. But it doesn't mean what they're saying is true.
Again, you can judge for yourself. Here it is. So you just came from Paris Fashion Week. You just landed, and you have a lanyard still on from it, and there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life. I'm pro-life.
Boy, so you wear...
Why does he... Okay, like I haven't seen the interview yet, but he looks so uncomfortable, like he's on the verge of tears. Like he looks really anxious right now. Like not even like to poke fun, like I'm just being serious. Like he looks like he's just not comfortable to be here. He looks shaky. His voice doesn't sound like it. I honestly feel bad now.
Wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And good, amen. I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
I'm starting to see why they want to make you be quiet.
Oh my God, that's fucked up. That's so fucked up. Like you got Kanye over here on the verge of tears. He's like, it really hurts to know that my people are suffering like from this injustice of abortion. It's just it does really upset me. I'm sorry. I see why they don't like you. I see why they. What the fuck, Tucker? That's fucked up. We're seeing the two sides of we're seeing manic and depression going at in a room right now. You can see where the emotions are coming from. Yeah, like no, I see it. Like I'm someone. Like personally within my own life, I'm pro-life. However, I think government regulation of it is a terrible idea. Trying to be the moral police, I disagree. However, I'm pro-life. I think abortions are fucked up. So like, yeah, thinking of abortions would upset me too. Like I get it. It is sad. It's a real emotion. Like I'm not denying that Kanye doesn't feel the way he does. It's just it's sad, right? Like this man, like honestly, does just need professional help, and I do hope that he can get the help he needs too. Yeah.
When did you start to feel this way? When did you start to realize this?
I really felt like I think I started to really feel this need to express myself on another level when Trump was running for office and I liked him.
Yes.
And every single person in Hollywood, from my ex-wife to my mother-in-law to my manager at that time to, you know, my so-called friends / handlers around me, told me, like, if I said that I like Trump, that
I don't like the word handler, because I know there's a lot of I've known a lot of people with like mental issues, and again, I do go into a lot of like schizo posting places online, and yeah, they'll see like people who like who are honestly trying to help them as handlers and people who are trying to control them. It's that paranoia in there, and it is really sad to see that. But yeah, Kanye has always been, a Christian. He's always been conservative, for a while. Even though he's like had his quarrels with the Bush administration and all that, he's still always been like, openly Christian, openly conservative. And that's always been like a downfall to him in a lot of, through his career. A lot of rappers just didn't vibe with it. A lot of, people thought he was a little naive and all of that. Yeah, that's like a huge part of his come up story. And yeah, being out there probably just didn't help. But yeah, no. It's only just gotten worse since he's been, unmedicated recently. And I imagine it's only getting worse now because of the whole, just the stress that's been put on him, just with the divorce and all of that.
my career would be over, that my life would be over. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They put my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit, and that means that they're going to beat them up if they wear it. And I'm like, okay, green light me then. God builds warriors in a different way. I don't know if it's because of me being born in Atlanta and growing up on the south side of Chicago that, he made me for such a time like this. It's like with David,
and then all of this, it just, there's way too many similarities that it's just showing that he is just mentally ill in all of this, and it is just really sad. But I think just because he's ill doesn't mean I'm not throwing any of the blame. I'm not blaming him. There is blame for him, but he has a responsibility to himself and to the people that look up to him to try to do better, to get back on, the medications, to try to, be happier and do all of this. So I wish he would be doing those steps. But also, I'm just way more upset into, Tucker Carlson at this. And just, because you get this man over here who's just, actually pouring out his heart and soul into, I'm gonna say it because there's just no better word to say it, and I don't necessarily like this word, but his schizo posting, his little rants. He's putting his heart and soul in, even though it's wrong. He's doing his best as can, and you just get Tucker Carlson yeah, go on, come on, look at the camera when you say it, yeah, keep going, yeah, it's so fucked up. It makes me feel icky. I don't like watching this, but let's keep going.
Tended to the sheep, but while he was out there,
Fox News is going to Fox News.
All kinds of
animals.
Animals.
Goddamn right they are.
It was time for Goliath to come.
A dollar's a dollar.
Because he was a sheep herder, that he didn't have the skill set to take down Goliath. And the thing that I have is the position. I have my heart, but the number one thing is we have God on our side. And for the people, even if you don't believe in God, God believes in you.
So you made reference.
It's just these little bitty things that is just that's just coming out to us oh my God, we have God on our side. I'm just like David. To him, to people like Tucker, he can use those as metaphors, but all that. But Kanye honestly does really believe that. It's the QAnon conference. I don't know if y'all saw the Channel 5 video of the QAnon conference, but there were people who were just genuinely into this shit. It's ugh. It's really weird, and you have people trying to sell them shit because of it.
So the White Lives Matter T-shirt, which you brought out at Paris Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Why did you do that, and what did it mean?
You know, I do certain things from a feeling. I just channel the energy. It just feels right. It's using a gut instinct, a connection with God, and just brilliance. You know, like as if you asked like Tanya Harding how she did the triple flip or the triple.
Yeah, no, he did get into an argument on Puff Daddy on Instagram. That is just weird. And where like they were like threatening to fight each other. That was weird. But ooh. This shit is just funny, not even offensive, knowing Kanye. Yeah, to me it's just sadder because it's clearly a very mentally ill man. You know, just getting exploited for a movement, and I see that with a lot of like the QAnon types, a lot of conspiracy theorists. It's just a little heartbreaking. I can't lie. Or is he exploiting them because he might have a new album coming up? I mean, there's that too. But I feel like when it comes to stuff like this is real Kanye. But when it comes to like the shit he's doing for like albums, I feel like that's just his management team using him in a way to like boost sales. You know? That I feel like this is more of like the actual Kanye, you know? They're worthy of each other. I don't particularly hold Kanye in high regard as a person or an artist. No, I don't either. But at the same time, I hold every person, at least to the bare minimum standard of a person. And if I disagree with them, even if I think they're egregious, I do think it is sad to when they, befall these, this type of suffering. I don't like seeing people suffer, even if I, do disagree with them, all of that. If he doesn't meet that standard for you, that's fine. He does for me. And I just think this is, a little sad. Because, it's like wearing the White Lives Matter shirt. To me, I can see him just believing that's a fine thing to wear, right? Meanwhile, Candace Owens is just doing it for the clicks and the outrage and just to make lefties mad. Meanwhile, Kanye is like, yeah, no, this is fine. This is perfectly okay. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt in that situation, right? People need to tell him to get back on his meds and shut the fuck up. That's all. I mean, I would like to see him get back on his meds. I would like to see him to, start taking his mental health a little bit more seriously. Instead of just letting it go, all down the drain. I want to see this man have a good life. Because he's got, like Sir Dizelot said, he's got the potential to be, a good social force. But this is just killing him, and people are using him more than he's getting to use himself. Yeah. Candace Owens makes quadruple digits on tokenizing for neo-Nazis. You right. Kanye, on the other hand, is just Kanye. Yeah. Like I said, Kanye's not like a cold, calculated figure just trying to, play the political game like others in right-wing media. This is just a man who's getting used by right-wing media and having his delusions, completely filled and, just so they get another token artist and a celebrity. You know what I mean?